If you thought Flesh and Blood was slowing down, buckle up because Legend Story Studios just slapped the community awake with a keynote that hit harder than a redline pulverized to the face. Lead developer Bryan Gottlieb walked on stage and casually dropped future of the game bombs like it's open season on our wallets. We're talking a full-scale meta shakeup, a premium all-hero supplement set, a brand new rotating format where players literally vote out heroes out of existence for the season, a world tour with prize money juiced up to $2 million, and because LSS loves theatrics, a new hero that sent warrior mains into cardiac arrest. I don't know if that's true, but I was excited. So, Compendium of Rathe looks cracked. Silver Age, can we say democracy? Hell yeah. And World Tour 2026, bigger, louder, and ready to eat your PTO. I'm glad I have my vacation saved up. And then Hala, Dorothia's mentor, the warrior globe nobody asked for, but everyone secretly wants to be stepped on by. I guess we could say she's a new definition at edging with sharpened text.
Golly.
I should have vetted the intro.
We should have read that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Everyone is such an operative word over here.
If this keynote had a message, it was simple.
It sure did.
Flesh and Note isn't just alive, it's evolving. And I think that's a good thing, right, guys? But first, I'm Will.
Yeah. I'm Ning.
Hi, I'm Evan, and if this is your first time watching this podcast, I apologize for Will.
Dude, I think that's the first time I actually broke during my intro. I didn't know how it's come out sounding. But look, so I left a little note here before we get halfway through the video. Timestamps down below, y'all. And something we like to do. What did we learn since last week? Last week, Ning, I'll let you kick it off, man.
What did we do since last week? Was last week
ProQuest?
ProQuest? Oh yeah. Well, we talked about that.
Did you go to Sunday because you're working on the house?
Yeah. I was doing manual labor and then working all other times. Well, I don't know. I played against you a decent amount. Yeah. And I guess lessons from the past. I don't know if I've said this before, but Golden Skyward Warden, it's a very awkward card in terms of like, it's a card where you always want to extract as much value as possible, and part of the value is increasing the defense value, and part of the value is creating gold so you can do more puffin things in future turns. I've found that sometimes I get a little too cute with Golden Skywarden, and what I mean by that is I try to bait out and wait for like a bigger attack, and so then I don't block with it in the first instance I get that's reasonable. So like, even let's say I have 3 golden cogs that are about to die, and then somebody comes at me with like a 3 go again or a 4 go again, and I'm like, well, I can't get max value out of this, so I just don't block with it. And then they do the 4 go again, they do like some swing that has go again, and I'm like, okay, there's a big one that's gonna come towards the end, maybe it's a random CNC or something, and then they just end their turn. And so now I have this clunky 4-cost card that only pitches for 2. I have all these golden cogs that just disappeared, and I have to figure out what am I supposed to do with this. So I think the lesson here is don't play around with it, but yeah, just
so
do the thing, get your gold.
Would you say don't leave your cog hanging out in the wind?
Yeah, some
don't be left piddling your cogs.
Something of that nature.
See, Ning is he's just being flavorful, all right? He's playing a pirate, he's being greedy. It backfires sometimes.
I'm very on theme with this deck.
All right. And how about you, Evan? What did you learn since last week?
ProQuest did not go well for me. Yeah. But past then, I haven't played too much Flesh and Blood. I did help some of my boys do some practice who went to Worlds.
How'd they end up doing?
As we're recording this, day 2 already finished. Unfortunately, none of the boys top 8'd, but I do know that Andrew Cook and also our boy Jeremy both top 64'd.
That's great.
Which is very, very good. Yeah. So
for Worlds,
very proud of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And,
was Jeremy on Acilio and was Cook on Prism?
Yes.
That sounds about right.
What was your LL heroes? That's what I was specking on with Cook.
Cook was on Dio, and Jeremy was on Dromai.
That also sounds correct.
Yep.
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 Yeah, I figured Jeremy would be Dromai. Dromai's got some potential, I think, right? A lot of aggression with the dragons.
Not really.
Wah.
Like Dromai is not really a super popular hero in LL, but Jeremy is the GOAT, so of course he managed to pull out some wins with the hero.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of goes back to when he was on the cast. He's like, just play what you love. You'll follow suit, right? So, yeah, ProQuest was last Saturday. We talked about it. Because of that, I was kind of like housebound for Sunday. I figured that's the right thing to do, not to piss off the wife too much. Funny enough, I ate a lot of carrots and I got sick on Tuesday. I showed up to drop off some carts. Dude, I massively eat a lot of food. And so I had probably those bags of pistachios, shelled pistachios. So I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I used to smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day. And I quit smoking cigarettes by chewing sunflower seeds and atomic fireballs. So sometimes when I'm stressed at work, I'll start popping, shelled nuts, and I'll start crunching on the shells, spit them out, and then it's a fixation I have, right? So I ate like half a bag of pistachios, like those giant bags of pistachios you get at Costco. I ate half of that. Then I was like, I'm still hungry, right? No reason why. So I had
One egg, yeah.
2 pounds of carrots, like baby carrots, right? Because I had some left over, so I tossed in a little ranch seasoning, and I had the worst case of bubble gut that I could ever have. Like it was just like expelling gas. Anyway, so long story short, I actually went to Tuesday to drop off some cards. And I was like, man, I'm not going to stick around. I was like, and they're like, why aren't you staying around? I was like, because I don't want to take a diarrhea crap in the level up small ass bathroom, and they let us
Once again,
up.
I'm gonna interrupt this story once again to say hello to all our new viewers. Welcome, glad to have you guys. Please don't leave.
And then also, heard it here first. Vegetables are bad for you.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Like I'm just saying, too much of any good thing is bad for you. And
Yeah, just a reminder to viewers. I don't know if we talked about this, but Will did not manage to get sick eating month-old expired meat, but he did manage to get sick eating carrots.
Yeah, it was so like I had dip out. Yeah, it was I don't ever get sick, especially stomach sick. Like I eat food off the floor if I could. The rise of Western disease. Anyway, so I've actually was playing Talishar with Ning and trying to figure out this Reinar beat chest mechanic. And man, it is not going well. So I know we'll try to talk about that a little bit more next week, but that was my week in Flesh and Blood. I was like, let's play again, Ning. Let's play again. And then I'd come back with different variations of the same deck and trying to keep the beat chest mechanic to the core principle. And then it was not going well. So there's a few more things I'm going to try, just like different ratios and stuff. But it's fun when you swing your club for 15 damage,
Yeah, you sure did do that, didn't you?
But yeah, it's not your typical Reinar, where I think the Reinar, what people call a cheetah or claw method or whatever, the aggro Reinar does a lot better. And I think that six is going to help out a lot. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what I learned so far, and hopefully I learning that it actually can work. I just haven't figured out the right ratios yet. So
yeah.
All right, so that's what we learned since last week. Let's go ahead and jump right into the keynote that was given at Philadelphia. This is the first keynote I actually managed to watch, and I gotta say, man, it was hype. Like Brian did I know I probably butchered his last name, but Brian did a great job of like hyping up the crowd and talking about everything that's going on, and made a few jokes that kind of got me a laugh. But yeah, so I guess we'll just go in the order of the keynote. We'll actually have the link down below to. I'm not pointing down there. I'm pointing to the link like below the video. Um, yeah, it's somewhere around here that you can watch the full video at. But this is just going to be our hot takes, right? Like it might be some things that you guys are thinking about for our viewers. If you have a hot take, you want to throw out a guest, put it down below. I was talking to the Level Up guys on Sunday saying, hey, I should really think about selling my shelters before they make the announcement. And lo and behold, as soon as they made the announcement, shelters dropped $20 each. I was like, shit. Anyways, yeah, so I guess the first thing we could talk about is no, we already
Golden
talked about
Skywarden.
we already talked about that. Compendium of Rathe, PEN. It's right there in the middle.
Is it Wraith?
Oh, it is. It's not Wrath. It is Wraith. Right.
I can't believe it. everybody I know is predicting another pirate set where we travel to Penn Island, and it didn't happen.
It didn't
It's
happen.
very sad.
They were saying Monarch 3.0 as well, and that like what was the penultimate and the other one
Yeah,
they were
that would have
saying?
been Penumbra or whatever.
Penumbra, yeah, which is like in the light and dark, right? But
Yeah,
yeah, Compendium of Rathe.
yeah.
All right, Evan, this is where your old man abilities could really come out and help us. So it's announced as a premium
I'm the
supplementary.
youngest one here.
Yeah, you are, but you've been the oldest one that's been playing this game. Me and Neek's never
Yes.
been through a supplementary set before. Like this is our first one. It is releasing
Mhm.
February 13th, right alongside the Silver Age Precon decks. And supposedly the main takeaway was it provides new support for every hero, class, and talent in the game. So you've been through these twice before, and I know we talked about this earlier, but what were the other supplementary booster sets?
So there were a couple. There was Crucible of War. That was the first one.
Was that considered
Uh,
one? Oh, interesting.
yeah, that was definitely because like
Uh,
the supplementary sets are just like non-draftable sets,
Yeah, yeah,
right? So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Compendium
mm,
of Rathe is non-draftable.
Yeah, yeah.
After Crucible was Everfest.
Mm-hmm.
After that was Dynasty, and then I
Mm.
think finally was Dusk Till Dawn.
oh
Even though
damn!
Dusk Till Dawn was very different from the other 3 expansion slot sets.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize that there was 4. Huh.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess how disruptive was this for the current meta when it happened? Like, I guess take us through that timeline. Like, they announced it. Were people excited? Like, because history tends to repeat itself, right? So, what happened then?
So supplemental sets, I guess, like, and once again, like all the sets are very different. And to be
Mm-hmm.
completely frank, a lot of them had very different reactions, right?
Okay.
But in essence, they're just like the focus isn't on new heroes. Some of the sets did have new heroes introduced, but the focus was more so in a broader context, just every single hero in the past gets new support, new cards to help them out, right? Some of these heroes like basically like have not seen support until then, and for the longest time this was replaced by the expansion slot, right?
Mm,
So
Mm.
uh whenever you have like a draft set, like there is the expansion slot, there's around like I don't know, like 20, 30 cards to support like heroes that aren't in the set. um Back in the day you would get like a full like 200, 300 something card set that supports like all the heroes, right?
yeah. I mean, I'm digging it so far, but a couple things he said was it's not a draftable set, right? I guess that's
Yeah.
because they're really pushing along the Silver Age, the thing along with the Compendium of Wrath that comes alongside it. So that seems like it's kind of the same. Like they'll have some kind of variation where I heard that even during the World Tour, and they mentioned this in the keynote, that the World release will have, the Silver Age deck and you get packs to kind of like build into it or one pack to build into it, something like that.
Yeah,
I
this
think
new set
depending
is very
on what
much
you do, it was like either X amount of packs or like a whole box, depending on
Hmm.
how you go
well,
about
so
it.
the way
Yeah.
it works is I think like it is going to be a Silver Age like
Focus.
calling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Silver Age focus calling, and the new cards are going to be legal, and you're allowed to buy 2 boxes of the new set in order to sort of upgrade any of your Sage decks, right?
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, so that
Um,
was the idea.
I like it. And okay, now we've all been speculating on this for a very, very long time. But what does everyone think about? Again, I gotta
It's
get
just a
stop
good
doing
card.
that. I
It's
gotta.
still a good card.
What's wrong with me today? The reprints
So
of the
I,
Fables.
I guess in the past I should mention that the expansion sets have been where reprints happen.
Mm,
Though
Mm.
I guess I should be specific. Every expansion set has had one big reprint, right? Crucible of War, for instance, reprinted Tunic.
ah,
Um, Dust Till Dawn reprinted Crown of Providence, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like it's
yeah, yeah.
usually just like one of the big generic legendaries. This set is very, very different and very, very exciting because it is reprinting a lot of very, very needed cards, right? Especially at higher rarities.
Yeah, I mean,
Now, yeah,
this card
for
is like $400 or $500 now, so I'm excited to
yes.
at least try to see if this lowers the price a little bit and get my hands on it. I mean, such a
So
good
from what
card.
I have heard, and we don't have all the details yet, so we don't know like how easy it is going to be to get Eye of
Mhm.
Ophidia. But we do know they have mentioned around 7 Fables will be printed in the set,
Ooh,
and they will be in the actual main set. I don't
Like
know
not
what
the
the
antiquity
odds are.
pack.
They will also be in the antiquity packs, yes,
but
which
it'll
we'll
be the
get there
microtext
soon.
version.
But yeah,
Yeah, I remember them mentioning something like that.
Whatever.
yeah, and this is huge because, and it's actually kind of surprising. I've never talked about this. I absolutely despise Fables because, like, I think power level wise, like balance wise in the game, I really like Fables, but I
Mhm.
hate looking at a deck and being like, oh wait, I own like all these cards, and then saying like, oh, I own every card except Eye of Ophidia, so I need to spend like $400 to make this deck like,
Yeah,
you know, good, like make
Yeah.
this deck like tier 1, like the competitive level. And like that's always been like sort of a blemish on Flesh and Blood. Like people talk about how expensive the game is,
yeah,
and it's like if you want like a hyper competitive deck and the deck runs like multiple Fables, then like your deck is just randomly like, you know, $400 $600 more expensive than it should be.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's always been an issue. So finally, this is literally the first time we've gotten these reprinted outside of History Pack. And in
yeah,
History Pack, they only reprinted it in Europe, right?
yeah,
Which is like, it was the first time the card was printed to begin with. So I don't actually count that as a reprint, right? So as like a true reprint, this is the first time that Fables are being reprinted, and it's huge.
yeah. That's exciting though. I mean, like even to like me and Ning's never been around where we actually had the chance to get one of those classic Fables because those packs have been sold out and not very easy to
Mhm.
come by. So, and I know that you said that some of the Fables you don't not sure about Iophidia, but some of the Fables will be full art or not full art, but in the main set where the microtext might
Yeah.
be in what we call the antiquity packs, and every
Yep.
booster display, so every 4 boxes or a case. Well, no, it's every box will come with the antiquity pack, correct?
It's basically
Yeah.
like a gold
A
pack,
treasure pack,
right?
Okay.
right?
Like a
Yeah.
treasure pack from High Seas, except like much improved.
Yeah.
I know the treasure packs in High Seas ended up being very unpopular just
Mm.
because like you open it up, you're like, oh cool, I got like a really crappy like
A
draft
Segre
card.
burnt swoop that's yellow or something.
Yeah, like they put a lot of cards that are just completely worthless. So
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, it needs
um
Treasure Island. Yeah. Not a great experience.
we don't know the full breakdown of this set, but as you were saying, Ning, it seems
Mhm.
there's at least one majestic per compendium pack
Yeah.
or whatever it's called per new gold packs.
mhm.
Yeah.
And I mean, hopefully they are. The set isn't draftable, so you're not going to get draft chaff, right? So,
Mhm. Mhm.
but there are some pretty big cards that they mentioned they're reprinting in those gold packs that are also going to be in the main set. What you had there will, of course, the Balance of Justice and Shelter from the Storm.
Yep.
Those are going to be in those compendium packs, but those are also in the main set. And those are massive, massive reprints. I think like Balance is it like 150, 200? It's
It's
like
200 now.
very,
I think Rainbow Foil,
it's
yeah, 150 to
200.
Yeah.
200. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
then
And
cool
then
they
foil
Shelter,
goes up to 4.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shelter was at like over 100 at one point too.
Yeah.
So
Now
Mhm.
it's down to 70. So still hopefully they print this like they did New Horizons. That was a
yeah.
legendary, wasn't it?
The issue with
Wow, it's different.
Shelter is a way more playable card, right? Everybody needs Shelter. So
Yeah.
because of that, like it's
I
like I
I
don't
would
expect the
assume
price
it's
to
more
tank
similar to
to
CNC
Command and
when they did
Conquer.
that. Yeah.
It could
So I
be.
feel like it'll hold its price well enough, but I do
Yeah.
hope it drops significantly
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I do not want my slight upgrade of like Fate Foreseen to be like hundreds
Yeah.
of dollars. That
Yeah.
sucks.
And I love the art. I'm a big fan of both these art reworks.
Yeah.
I know that's part of the reprint policy, but I'm really digging the new Balance of Justice, like even the non-microtext and the Shelter of the Storm. The first one and this one, I feel like it's a continuation of a story, and I love that thematic display. And it's the same character. I don't know, is that Marlin? You think?
No.
Okay, so
Nah,
just
no.
red-haired pirate. Okay,
Yeah, just
it's
red-haired pirate. Yep.
okay. So, well, that's fantastic. So, do you think Tunic will be
Yeah.
reprinted?
We already have confirmation. It is being reprinted.
So that art that was I tried to find it, but that art that was floating around on
Yes.
the screen was the Tunic art.
Yes.
So
So Tunic is being reprinted, and E-Strike is also being reprinted, and I think we've gotten those confirmations.
love that. Okay,
Now, I
so
don't know if they're being reprinted in the main set or just in the compendium,
okay,
but they are getting reprints, and that is massive.
okay. Well, look, this is my first hot take of this segment. All right. So as you know, with Peck Perfect, they use my muscular figure
course.
as an inspiration, and so I asked James White and Brian. I was like, "Listen, guys, I really need you to print our namesake. We're called the Tunic Counter Gamers. You really need to reprint the Tunic." And I did this for our listeners. So, guys, we got it. Tunic confirmed, reprinted. We did it, fellas.
We did it.
Evan, you see me, right? You're like, let's continue on. Okay. All right. So we
Yeah,
already did
James. James was like, I refuse to ever reprint Tunic, and then we managed to convince him.
Yeah.
Silver tongue and all that.
Is that true? He actually did say that?
No.
No.
He reprints that card all the time.
I was like,
This is like the fifth reprint.
Yeah.
I thought you had to know. All right, so that's my bad. But to your own bullshit, dude. That's so hilarious. All right, so I'm excited for Compendium of Rathe. I don't know why I keep on saying that, but yeah. So love it. Now we already talked about the Silver Age format. I guess the big thing is, what do you guys think about the community voted ban restriction system? All right, and then players vote to remove heroes from sanctioned events each season. Do you guys remember how long the seasons are? Is it the
I
year?
think it's per set, I assume.
Oh,
I think it's per set, yeah.
Okay. So that's the set. So and the community vote will on the top three heroes. The developers will choose a hero
So total 4 people will be banned.
for each season, for one season. Did you guys pick up that if they get so they return for a season and then the community vote will vote again after the next season, and if they get voted out again, they are now out for 2 seasons and it's cumulative, right? They return and then they could get voted out. Now, if they're voted out a third time, it's 3 seasons they're out, which is almost a full year now. I like that. I think that's really innovative. What do you guys think? How do you like that so far?
I mean, I'm just gonna vote Prism every season. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I like it because I can do that.
Yeah. I think it's ballsy. I give LSS. I've not played another card game. I mean, you let me know because you guys have a lot more experience in other fields too. But every card game I played, there's never been a player-driven voting to remove hero or cards from organized play for a duration of time. So I like that they're pushing that, and I like this joke he said.
It kind of works with Silver Age just because the decks are so cheap.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That you can just switch to somebody else.
Like, if your deck gets voted out, you're like, oh man, I lost $20.
Yeah.
Oops. But yeah, so I do feel there might be issues. Like, I'm not 100% sold on player-driven votes because,
people are idiots.
If I make a million bots and just vote Prism every season, I'll do it. I'll make 1 million bots and vote Prism every season.
I'm sure there's going to be tied into gem accounts or active gem accounts or something. Like, I bet you that's how they do it.
Yeah, that could be something. But,
you have to be going to an armory for at least once or twice to get a vote. I'm sure they'll tie in something like that just to prevent that spamming of the bots. Because there's way too many intelligent people in this community that are programmers and computer smart dudes, or smart people. So,
in Korea back in the day, checks I think, ran a campaign, and they had an online survey to say, "Hey, what do you want our next flavor to be?" And it was between green onion and chocolate. And so this was when trolling was first introduced, and so people of Korea all voted for green onion checks, and the Chex company did not expect this to happen, so then they just released chocolate anyway. But then, like, all the people who were trolling were like, "Hey, you did this survey. You gotta, hold up your end of the bargain." And so year after year, people kept coming after them. And at some point, they had a whole campaign. I was like, "Hey, we're sorry we did this, but here's finally the flavor that you were asking for." I don't know how well that flavor did, mind you,
I don't
but that's
see
kind of
onion flavored checks out there on the market now, so it's
yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah. I assume something similar may happen here if some trolling happens or
I
whatnot,
could definitely see this going incredibly wrong, but
Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
mean,
Only time
I
will
assume they'll
tell.
test it for a year and then see what
You know,
happens, right?
like
Yeah.
theoretically, I'd like it, but
Yeah.
that is like if everybody you know is honest and objective and doesn't just vote for Prism because they hate her.
I guess the question here is also like, I guess they're trying to push Silver Age to be very competitive as well and such. I wonder how popular it's going to be. Like,
Mm.
are people going to play it because that's literally all they can play, or is it going to be pretty empty, all things considered, compared to like a regular Battle Hard intercalling?
That's the question, is yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, once again, only time will tell.
Yep.
yeah,
Um, a big issue is like they've mentioned, because like Sage is a fun format currently. I do have some problems with it,
mm,
but the new set Compendiums of Rathe they've
hmm,
mentioned is built for Silver Age and kind of fills in a lot of gaps in Silver
yeah,
Age, right?
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Well, tell us
Like I
your.
think they mentioned there are like a lot, like I don't know, like 80 plus like pieces of like rare
Mhm.
or lower equipment or something like
Mm,
that. Something crazy, some crazy
that's
number.
wild.
Minimum 3 rares per pack as well,
Yeah.
right?
Mm,
And that one of those rares will be replaced by the, you know,
majestic or
Majestics,
whatever.
Marvels, whatever. I like that a lot, where you know what you're
Yeah.
getting at least, especially for Silver Age coming up.
So because of and we've already seen some of the spoilers initially, and yeah,
Mhm.
it does feel like they're sort of just like plugging in the whole of like, hey, like there's some stuff missing for like Silver Age, and they're just trying to like make sure like the set feels whole.
Mhm.
Mhm,
Um, by like printing a lot of like good equipment in specific slots for all these various heroes,
Yeah.
right? And so it's like tough currently because like I think at the moment, do I think Sage is like going to be a well received competitive format? I do not. But I guess with some of the stuff that they're adding to the new set, especially because they're targeting it, like I could see them like fixing some of the issues, right?
Mm.
At the
mhm.
moment, I think like certain decks are extremely powerful, way too powerful, and I'm curious to see like how they fix that.
So actually, I was going to talk to you and get your opinion on if this was one of your hot takes, but it could be a little micro version of L where aggro decks kind of rule supreme. Control decks could be really good in this format to counter the aggro decks, but the game might end within a certain time limit anyways. So heroes that play mid game or long game to get the win, like Prism, might not do as well in this format because those aggro decks tend to will kind of run supreme. And we see this in LL too. That's why Prism and Dromai have a trouble in LL, from what I realized, right? Not like I'm an expert. I just made top 8. No, I'm just
But yeah, I mean you're not wrong about that. Like,
okay.
aggro is quite good in Sage,
Hmm.
and though there are some decks around it, the main issue is that like the format's just extremely fast, right?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't say like even decks that I would consider like slow, like the games
Mm.
are over in like 4 to 6 turns,
Yeah.
and then like 3 turns for like faster decks, right? So it's like if you're playing competitively, like your first 3 turn, like your draws on your first 3 turns are very important
Mm.
at the
Mhm.
moment, and that's could be problematic if you're playing a like super competitive event, right? If I'm playing Sage casually,
Yep.
3 turns later, I'm like, oh, I lost. That sucks. Whatever. But you know, if I'm in the top 8, 3 turns later, I'm like, oh, I drew poorly for one of my 3 turns, so I lost on the spot. Like, that's far worse, you know?
All right. So I have to ask you, Evan, hot take. What do you think your top 3 decks for Silver Age will be? Like, and Ning, I'm not sure if you have a thought yet on this a little bit more, but since our cast about this whole thing, I put a little thought into it. What do you
I
think,
mean,
Evan?
once again, it's really tough without seeing the entire set of the compendium.
What would you say without the compendium? Like if for example you were going to a calling event in Seattle in December,
I think
and
Pleiades is very good. Phi is very good. And I think
Phi-
number 3, I would probably say maybe something like Briar.
Interesting. I agree with Breyer. I was thinking Oldham, and I was thinking, what do you call it, Youngham? Only because of the control, and I saw how powerful that could be with Starvo. I know he's no Starvo, but I'm just saying. Ira, right, because the same issues apply. And then KO, I think, is pretty good, too, for that aggro going wide deck that has a lot of power behind it.
that hits pretty hard.
Yeah.
Mm.
But, yeah, I agree with Breyer, too. I think, like, out of all those deck spreads, and Oldham only because he's the only one that I know of that has a strong defensive feature and the ability to disrupt your opponent. Like those one resources in Silver Age can add up. So I'm interested to play him because I never played Oldham before, but I liked his hero text. I think it's very trolly. Like,
What is the hero text?
Evan, do you know it off the top of your head?
Yep, you pay 3 resources as a D-react, and if you pitched an Earth card that way, you prevent the next 2 damage. If you pitched an Ice card that way, your opponent puts a card from their hand on top of their deck.
That's it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And it's Earth and Ice, right? So he's a dual talent hero again.
I don't
Right.
like Oldham that much. I feel like he might be okay, but I think he's got some issues.
Sure.
You know, because
sounds like he just makes you hate your game. Or hate playing the game.
Yeah, but the big issue is that like Ice and Earth cards don't block very well, right? Especially common Ice and Earth cards.
I guess that's fair.
And
You have what is it? Winter's Bite? Forgive me. Is it? That's only 3 block I know of for.
Winter's Grasp and Autumn's Touch are the
That's
only
it.
3 blocks that you get.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which isn't bad, but yeah, that we always throw these in because of the 3 block. But all right. So and Ira, because I think she was good in Blitz for a reason, right? She was the first Blitz hero, one of the first Blitz heroes to LL, if I remember right.
Yep.
So, all right. So, what do we think about the new tournament packs instead of the promo packs that they're releasing?
It's probably. I mean,
it's
tough to say without knowing what they are, but yes, promo pack or the promo packs were very bad. So anything is better than them.
Why didn't you like the promo packs, Evan? I love those cards.
The issue
hold on. Is this is specifically for calling and battle hardens, right? Or is this for like even side events?
No.
This is for like the battle hardened promo replacement, basically.
Okay, so instead of saying you get a set of red of these cards that are kind of extended art, now it's just this pack. Gotcha.
Yeah, because the issue is, I mean, it's basically the same thing they did with Armory promos, where Armory promos got replaced by the gem packs. And that was like a very, very good thing to happen, right? The same thing here, right? The sort of battle-hardened promo cards were very bad. Like, on occasion, you'd get like some playable cards, but for the most part, like, they're not very powerful cards, right?
Yeah.
So they mentioned the cards that are going to be in these tournament packs are going to be commons and rares that are playable.
Okay. Like your pommels or your sync blows, stuff like that people actually want.
Stuff like that. So just them being playable is much better than like some of these cards that they've given us. So
yeah.
All right. This sounds good. All right. Is anything else you guys want to cover on Silver Age before we go into the organized play and World Tour 2026?
No, I just need people to tell me how to play it so I don't have to think about it.
Play one of the heroes that Evans have mentioned, and we're good to go.
Yeah, easy peasy.
I thought Reinar would be pretty good in Silver Age, and I'm beginning to think, man, maybe, but not really. Like, there's a lot of, like, It's tough. But anyways, I'm right on hyped, but man, it's that beat chest thing's got me down a little bit. Let's talk about the organized play, and let's kick it off with Calling London. Right, this is the first Silver Age format calling, and it's the one that Compendium of
The world
Rathe.
premiere, right?
Yeah, this is the world premiere in calling, all rolled into here.
Yeah.
So this is the date to lock in for your local pre-release. Would it be the Silver Age pre-release? I guess.
No.
Well, this would be the week
Oh,
before
yeah.
the pre-release.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Damn,
world premieres are generally 1 week before the pre-release starts.
That's on Valentine's Day, y'all. I don't want to hang out with a bunch of smelly dudes for Valentine's Day. I want to hang out.
Well, tell
you
your wife
you
to
want to hang out with a bunch of smelly dudes on Valentine's Day.
But my wife watches this cast. I can't say that shit, dude. She watches this. maybe there's some way we could do it in the
second number 2 viewer. The first one is still my mom. Thanks.
Thanks, Mom. Anyways, yeah, so that's exciting. You guys planning on going to Calling London?
Probably not.
Okay.
It's kind of expensive.
Yeah, probably
it's one
not.
of those things where
if
I had money, I'd do it, but it's expensive from Atlanta. I think I even looked at it. I was like, even if I had enough points to do the thing with British Airways, I still have to pay $300 on top of the points for however they do the math. I'm like, that seems a bit like I already have all the points. Why are you making me still pay? So,
because conversion, I don't know. I guess one of the things on this one is $2 million for the World Tour, 36 pro level events. That's up from 1.5 million, which is always a good thing when you see the company taking profits that they secured and putting it back toward the player base. Again, and we're not by all means endorsed by LSS or anything like that, but I love the way this looks for the game. It does remind me of a company that does give 2 cents about their player base. And yeah, I'm sure they're taking more profits in on the back end, but it's good to know that they're still thinking about making this more competitive and a larger purse pour later.
We've been seeing it increase too. Like I think when Will, you and I first started, they were showing off like, hey, our pool is 1 million, right? And then like a year later, or 2 years later, it was like, now it's 1.5, and so now it's increased to 2. So it's pretty neat to see that it's increasing over time.
And Evan, what were they giving out when you first started? Was it just like handshakes and a clap on the back?
I don't know. I started playing competitively like a year ago.
When the cast started, I like what you're doing there, Evan. See, I see what you're going for. Yeah. All right. So,
what am I going for? I don't know what he's doing.
Hey, it's you're on this learning journey with
us. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying.
You're getting competitive.
All right. I guess what we could do is kind of skipped ahead, but I guess at this point we could just play all the different cities they got going on. I, don't know how to skip like in 5-second.
Not intervals. Atlanta. I mean, we got to call up our buddy James.
Yeah.
And our buddy Brian G.
You're gonna have to help me pronounce his name.
Akihabara. That's just Akiba. Columbus, Ohio. Very exciting. Montreal,
beautiful city.
Toulouse.
Where's this France. At? Okay, France.
I believe. Brisbane, I think, is Australia.
I think we pronounce that Brisbane.
Oh no. Shanghai. In China. Jakarta, which is Indonesia.
Okay.
Shinjuku, back to Tokyo, just like Akiba. More to be announced.
Where's that at?
Like by allocated,
Okay, and then we're going to the U.S. National Championships, and this is actually
U.S. Nationals held. I actually don't know.
Oh, you don't know? This is the one I will watch the most. Let me tell you, Okay, sorry, I got excited. I better tone it down. Like I said, my wife does watch this. It's actually where I met Ning's mom for the first time.
Whoa.
Well, I'm just saying, it is in. Well, no, it's not Minneapolis.
It's in where now?
Listen, I'm actually excited for this. I actually have a sister that lives here, so I have a place to crash, which is fantastic. This is going to save, and I can actually take my wife here because my sister and my wife can hang out while I go play this damn tournament. So I'm pretty excited. If you guys need a place to stay and sleep on the floor,
heard it here first. Will said he's going to make it into nationals, and he's going to be playing.
I guess that's true. I should probably try to get the nationals thing. I don't know.
RTN, baby.
And listen,
there's-
guys, if you like, comment, and subscribe, will let you sleep on the floor of his.
No, that offer
Oh,
was
no.
to you two, and
Oh,
but to any randos out there, as much as I love our listeners because they put up with my BS, I don't know them. I don't want to get murked in the middle of the night. Get my anyways. So, and then world premieres London. We already covered this part. They were
Nope.
showing February 6th. So this is more of the stuff. I thought this was
It's
going to show the other
interesting
one.
that they're. Oh yeah, PQ.
And there's
Pro Tour
Yokohama.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they're going back to London after just doing their Pro Tour in London.
This is the one that's coming up. Okay, I thought.
Yeah, they're
I thought
going
we just-
back to a lot of their venues.
Mhm.
Like we're going to Vegas again.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's also
that's
weird,
nationals.
too.
That's nationals.
It used to be Nationals, and now this is Pro Tour, right? Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
Well, National Minneapolis, remember?
Vegas was fun. I'm excited to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess
can't,
if I
can't
make
go
that
to
Pro
that
Tour.
one.
Gotta love that. So, and there you go. Pro Tour Las Vegas. Love it.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah. You guys looking forward to trying to even go to any of those events? I know we got SDG Con in Atlanta coming in January. I mean, that gives us pretty
Yep.
much good, solid 6 months to plan on attending in the Pro Tour Las Vegas or the Nationals in Minneapolis, which you don't even have to get the ticket for. You can just show up and play the side events, right?
Yeah, pretty
yeah.
much.
Yeah. So I'm
You
loving
can do
that.
the callings too. They usually
Yeah.
have. other
Depending on
events that are
timing,
fun.
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I definitely get that. All right. So all sorts of good stuff. And we have one more surprise announcement, which I thought was pretty cool. Oh, I guess we could show this piece too.
Autumn's Touch.
Autumn's Touch. Holy.
All right. So Skirmish Season 13. This is the last Blitz event. It's November 29th to December 14th.
You don't know.
Good riddance.
I mean, I know I'm playing for Blitz already. RTN, January 3rd to February 1st. Yeah, I mean, so
Yeah.
in the Blitz CC, Sage CC, Sage, I mean, so it's pretty good, right? Sage is going to be the Skirmish
PQ
Season
Las
14.
Vegas. Interesting.
Yeah.
PQ is Sage only for Las Vegas. Or is that... No,
No,
it's
it's
saying-
both. But
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
It's
Yeah.
interesting because they do them for like they have specific date ranges for the different formats.
Mm-hmm.
Man. I know you guys can't
And that's
see it.
another exciting thing that I almost forgot. Seeing that art of Teklovasen.
Yeah.
In interviews, they mentioned that a huge focus of Compendium of Rathe was to make Teklovasen better.
Yeah. Where's my boy Olympia? All right, he's got to get that help.
Hey, he got 4 whole armor
He
pieces.
got 4 whole armor.
I know,
pieces.
I almost
Where's
got-
my Betsy? Where's my Betsy cards? All right.
Yeah, I bet
I
you it's
want-
coming out.
I want my Azuri help, and then I want some
Dude,
buffing.
Azuri doesn't need help. All right.
Hey, what's
Betsy's
this
way
guy up
better.
here? With the one dripping blood on his chin. What is it?
That was a card from
Super
Super
Slam.
Slam.
Oh, okay.
It's a reviled dude, yeah.
I
It's
gotcha,
a
I
block
gotcha.
card. It's not good.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, look at Tekla having 2 spots. I mean, I guess it makes sense because you
They're
get
both Las Vegas.
yeah the Las Vegas, and this is the
Pretty
how do
much.
you win the invite. So, all right, cool. Ning, isn't this around your birthday?
Which one are you doing?
Pro
one of these
Quest Las
things?
Vegas. Oh, March
Oh,
7th
yeah.
through the 22nd.
Yeah, right. Literally right in the middle, March 14th. So,
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
So you
Well,
have
give me the win. That's your birthday present, Atlanta. Let's make it happen.
the birthday present would be you being able to travel outside of Atlanta to play these events. Hey,
Yep.
so all right, and then I think we got one more announcement. We don't have to watch it, but I do recommend it. Are you ready for this, guys? I'm pretty excited.
Want to get stomped by her?
Dude, you telling me
In
those
full cloud
thorns
armor.
and that gilded rope ain't doing it for you? Look at that busty steel
Will's
chest.
wife, do
Look.
we approve of this?
Look, I'm telling you, man, she's probably wearing those steel-toed shoes. Yeah, and we're talking about Las Vegas too. There is no safe word. The safe
Listen,
word is don't stop.
Will, I don't know how to tell you this, but like that's not Betsy.
Hmm.
Hey, Betsy's got more
Right.
love. But you know what this means, though, right? This means, all right, that's Brian like shouting. But yeah, so Hala Army or Deck Origins. That's last time we saw Origins was y'all, and I think his deck was pretty pushed with some new cards, some old cards. I love it because maybe this is going to help push the the warriors into direction. I think they covered her hero power.
Her hero text, yes.
Let me see if
Yeah.
I could do it. What do you guys think
I think
about
they
Hala so far?
only showed her hero
Hero
Yeah, they
text,
showed
yeah.
what her hero does.
And I think with her hero text alone, she's not considered good.
Yeah,
Yes,
Because-
everybody looked at her hero text and said she sucks.
but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
I assume the key point of her is the sharpen keyword, and that
Yeah.
somehow interacts with all the
Yeah.
things. But without seeing anything, she sounds bad.
I think there
Like-
might be. Here you go.
Because it's not even an instant; it's just an action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It costs an entire card to give your next weapon +1 power.
If it's a
basically.
blue,
Yeah, and then you remove all +1 counters from it at the end of the turn. But there might be ways to mitigate this or use this to a full effect, like anytime
Yeah,
you have
well,
a
'cause-
counter on a sword. So that's what warriors do, anyways, right?
right? Well, but again, the it's bolding the word sharpen, so
Yeah.
that keyword must mean something more important.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming there might be some sharpen synergy. I'm assuming there's going to be a huge emphasis on swinging your weapon multiple times,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Because like you get way more value if you can, let's say, like swing your weapon 3 times, then all of a sudden you're getting, instead of +1, you're getting +3, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, right? Also, I'm just going to bring this up because this is where she was first introduced, and in the I think it was the Rhinar versus Dorinthia deck. Is that correct, Evan?
Yes.
All right. So you guys can't see this because your screen's so small. But while Hala's face down in Arsenal, it start turning her face up. But this is the part. While Hala's face up in Arsenal, whatever sword attack you control hits, it gains go again and put a lesson counter on Hala. Then if there are 2 or more lesson counters on Hala, banish her. Search your deck for a glistening steel blade, put it face up in Arsenal, and shuffle. So maybe her sharpen or her tokens or her counters could be using somewhat of her ability as a throwback. I'm just speculating here. This is a hot take. But, there might be something to do with how many counters you have on a sword being a payoff toward expending that or using it before the end of the turn. But we'll see.
and
I'm just trying to see them merging
Twin
these
Blade's
abilities.
probably.
Yeah.
Twin Blade's probably gonna have a huge effect on her too, but yeah, who knows?
And, I see kind of a great sword, no shield. I'm liking that. 2-handed sword, maybe. I mean, that's not the Dawn Blade, right?
No, I mean it's a different weapon.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
curious to see if she ends up using the Dawn Blade competitively anyway. But
I doubt it.
yeah, just because it doesn't
Dawn Blade
really
was
synergize
definitely
with
made
this.
for Dorinthia.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited just because she looks cool, and I'm a fan of
Yeah,
looks
cool.
before anything else.
Cool looking character. It's just the warrior, and it seems like she does things with swords, which thankfully there's a lot of support for, as opposed to when Fang came out and it was
Yeah.
like, oh, new warrior, oh, daggers, oh, all the dagger stuff from before really doesn't help him at all.
Yeah,
Yep.
So,
but
I'll just say, she's no Betsy.
I mean, yeah, but Betsy might be able to use that sword to scratch an itch in one of those folds. All right. So that's wrapping the hot takes for the Philadelphia keynote. What do you guys think, man? Pretty exciting?
yeah, I think overall doing expansion things, I assume will be fun enough. Shake up some sort of meta depending on what exactly they do.
Mhm.
I am curious to see what these commons and rares are going to do for CC as well.
Yeah, I mean, there are going to be majestics in the set. Let's be real.
Yeah.
And even though the main focus is definitely on Sage, like they have mentioned they are,
still doing,
looking to push CC decks as well, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of different heroes will get some cool stuff in CC as well as in Silver Age, and yeah, it'll be fun. Haven't had an expansion set in a while. And they have already revealed some cards, so go online, look at them.
Yeah,
They revealed a lot of elemental cards, and as a fan of Arya, they were very cool. I was very happy to see that.
Like a generic elemental, or like, are you talking about like
generic elemental cards? Yeah,
very cool. All right. So, I mean, any last things you want to know? I mean, I'm excited, and I think this is a good thing. They even put out a brief plan for the next 6 months. I mean, that's a clear vision. They opened it up to build up hype. I mean, I think it's going to be fantastic, personally. And this is the first Keynote I was able to listen to, and when it dropped, I was like, hell yeah, you know. Or when they even showed the IF video, I remember being in the car listening to YouTube, and they mentioned it, and I was like, wow, right? I said a certain curse word that I can't overuse on our YouTube channel, but I was like, heck yeah, hey,
Is
this is
this
great.
is our YouTube channel the same way as like media, where if we mark it as PG-13, we get 2 F
Oh,
words? How
no,
does
no, no.
that?
So it actually asks you two questions, and this is for the listeners if you want to, put this on the back end. But it'll ask you, eligible for kids, or can kids watch this? And I always put no, because that way
There you
there's
go.
no potential flag, right? You have to
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
little
Because
bit
this
of a
game is
degenerate to watch this. Yeah.
16 and up. All
Like,
right.
All right.
comment, and subscribe if you're a 8-year-old watching this.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I'd be very surprised if we have anyone below the age of what's our average age group for Flesh and Blood? I don't even know. Like, I guess they're
Probably
like
like
I think
25 to
25
34.
Yeah, yeah, sounds about right.
25 to
Well,
40.
well, we have a
But-
young little baby boy watching at all times.
Joe, look at you. Joe, you
What a
fell asleep
cutie.
on the job, buddy.
He sure
What
did.
a cutie.
All right. So I think that's everything, guys. No need to give you a
Oh,
succinct conclusion because I could just read that intro again. But no, as always, keep in mind every turn is a every turn is a decision. Every decision is a story. And don't forget your damn Tunic Counter. Peace.